Welcome back, family. Lancescurv here, the Lancescurv podcast in the house. Here's another one from the balcony. It's a little later on in the day, so the sun's going down, and it's partially blocking the sun, my roof, but it's okay. I wanted to speak about something that I just got off the phone and spoke about, but it was directed at me. Don't need to go into the details, but I was just recently told that, Lance, after all you've been through in life in recent years, your father and your mother did a good job. And I'm not cocky about that, because it's got to be where those who have been in opposition to me must say, damn, what's holding this guy up? What is this guy made of? I'm not Superman, but I realize the importance of discipline. Let's just put it that way. I realize the importance of discipline. And I thank the Creator that He provided me and blessed me with parents that taught me discipline without having to say, this is discipline, and don't do this and don't do that. They showed me. They explained to me. They had me involved in things that built discipline naturally without me even knowing it. And I carried on with it. And even in the hedonistic parts of my life, which many of you know about, I was still disciplined, because pleasure never ruled me. When it came time to pleasure, when it came time to women, it was when I allowed myself to get into that. It wasn't where, oh, I'm just weak and the wind blows and I'm going to give up my plans on doing this, which is going to be good for me, something I'm building. I'm just going to blow it all away now just to go run with these women. No. I wish I can say what it is that kind of exemplifies the discipline I had. I'm going to try to explain it without being lewd, because I'm never here to be lewd. I'm never here to glorify wayward living or whatever. But there were several times when it was time for me to go to the gym, and I had company with me who were doing favors for me, who were performing acts, if you know what I mean. And if you don't know, then you just won't get the joke. And when my wristwatch went off, which I wasn't really thinking about, all of that was going on anyway, because I was going to the gym and I had to leave at a certain time. And my wristwatch went off. When that happened, all you heard was this. Had to stop it. Time to go. Don't you want to finish? Another time. Right now, it's time for me to go to the gym. Wasn't, well, stay just this one time. You could stay home. You don't have to go. It's just one day. No. That's where I am. So when you have that kind of discipline in you from 14, 15, 16 years old, even before, but for those things, yeah, those ages, it makes you a tough cookie. Now, I'm not sitting here trying to say that I'm some tough guy. No. But I realized that more was put into me than I could ever comprehend. And if my parents can hear me, or they can feel me, I just have to say thank you so much. Because I don't get up here on an egotistical rant. I always pay homage and give thanks to those who have fed into me. Even more than my parents, other people in the community, friends of the family, part of their inner circle, part of my inner circle, and their parents. But a lot was fed into me. And I'm going to tell you that in this lifetime, unless you have discipline, you're not going to make it. It's easy to glide along and, you get a job and you put your hours in and you do bare minimum and you just get by and, I pay my bills. You're supposed to. I take care of my children. You're supposed to. But the individuals who go above and beyond to do great things in this life, They're the ones who have the discipline. And great things doesn't always mean that your name has to be up on a marquee, or your name has to be on television or in the movies or where the world knows you. You can be a silent success, being unshakable, being strong and grounded in principle. Because you just can't be disciplined on the surface. You have to have certain principles that you adhere to. And there are many principles, and I'm going to speak about those on another video and go down the list, or do a whole video on each principle. But it starts from young. And your drive is not reactionary. It's rock solid from the core, from the inside. Because there are a lot of people, and I won't minimize their achievements, but they're doing so in a reactionary way from the pain that they went through when they were younger. And so their successes get back at something traumatic. And on the surface it looks good, but they don't feel it. For me right now, at this particular junction point in my life, I'm going to enjoy every moment of my life. I have been through so much. We all have in different ways. There are many things that the world doesn't know about. Only my close inner circle. And if I didn't have that discipline, if I didn't have that stick-it-to-itiveness that was put in me through my parents first, and the other people who also fed into me, because my parents had me first, they had me earliest, and they had me the most. So they made sure that I had it to be able to get through this life, and no matter what came at me. Because to be honest with you, maybe you all don't know, I'm going to share with you, I have an older brother, 11 years older than me, and he has always been on drugs. And that hurt my mother. And I say my mother because it's her child. She had him before she was married to my father, and then I came along. So in New York City at that time, with the things that could pull on you, the heroin addictions and the crime and the different things, which is not as bad as it is now. There are things out here bad now, even worse. But those things, they were very concerned. And it's not like she didn't do a good job. She did a good job, but at some point he chose to go the route that he went to. And it hurt me, you know, it really hurt me to see that to this very day. I'm 62, he's got to be what, 73? I check the Social Security death index records every week. He's not on there, he's still alive. Last time I saw him was in 1998 in Midtown Manhattan by chance. We talked briefly and we moved on. It's a long story. So there's, understand that there's things in my life that are constant. They're constant pains. And you still have to succeed. You still have to push forward. You still have to dream. You still have to motivate. You still have to be there for yourself. Because nobody knows what the next man or next woman is going through in the midnight hour, when sometimes those tears fall, not just outwardly. You can be smiling with the world, and tears are falling internally, right? So this is why I have a grit that was given to me, a template for surviving and thriving and maintaining. And again, I'm thankful for that, because I've seen so many people fall by the wayside because they didn't have that foundation. And again, it's not because I'm so bad or I'm so strong and I'm so tough. No, it's not. It's because of what was put into me. And this is why I always say that we must always encourage those around us, feed into them, no matter how brief. You could be sitting in the doctor's office, a waiting room, and have a brief 15-minute conversation with somebody, but let it be something that they can walk away with. Let it be something that they can take and say, you know what, let me try this out. This is a different way of thinking. That young man or that old man, depending on what side of my age they are in, it was different what he said. I didn't expect him to say those words. You know, people see you and judge you on face value, and you don't know what they're thinking, right? But another thing too, on that note, when people don't know, I remember when I did security at the People's Court TV show, and they had an event. It was around Christmas of 2000. I was gonna say 2020. I'm like, wait, I've been out of America. I've been out of New York for a long time. But you know, we had the suit and tie and everything, and there were executives there. It was a nightclub, a smaller nightclub. There were executives there, producers, and producers from other shows, big wigs in the media, right? And so we're there as security. There was nothing that was going to happen bad because it was all in-house. So we were relaxed, and people were coming up to us and talking to us and say, hey, yeah, I saw you on the set of this show. Because it was different shows that we did. Crossing over with John Edwards, People's Court TV show, Curtis Court, which didn't last very long. And for most of the time I was outside with Harvey Levin, the guy that created TMZ, and we had to bodyguard him. And I was like the shortest guy, right? You know, but they walked up to us, and I forgot her. I couldn't remember her name. It was a white woman. She was a little younger than me, and we just started having casual conversation. And then one of the other producers walked up to her, and he had something to say to her. He said, oh, excuse me. So he said, no, you don't have to walk away. I just want to say something. I don't want to interrupt the conversation. It was very polite. And so she was saying, this man is amazing, talking about me. I was just talking about life, because she brought up a general thing about life, and I started talking about, you know, I got very philosophical. I wasn't trying to like preach to anybody, but I said some things and she said something, and we kept going deeper and deeper and deeper. She said, no, what he's saying is quite profound. You know what I mean? She said, you need your own TV show. And I'm like, what's the chance of that happening? But you will be in your journey, and I'm going to tell you this for a fact. This is just random talk now. There'll be times in your life where you might even begin to question your direction. From the inside, you're not giving up. You're not stopping any momentum. But you may say, hey, is this the right road I'm supposed to go down? I've been doing this for a while. And there'll always be something from the external, from the outside, that will confirm to you that you are on the right path, right? Also, you'll get confirmation by the naysayers who try to attack you, break your momentum, and stop you from doing what you're doing. See, when you do something and you're not looking for shine, you're not looking for the accolades, and you just put in the work, let me tell you something. I can say it, and I can say it in the way where you know that I'm telling the truth, because, like I said, by the time this February comes of 2026, I would have been online damn near every day, not like scrolling and looking, but creating and putting stuff out there for 25 years. In 2 more months, my milestone. Now, most of it was taken down off my old YouTube channel and different platforms that just died. Like I had a gazillion shows on Blog Talk Radio before I got on YouTube. Blog Talk Radio shut down. So this is why I'm on Lancescurvx.com, which is hosted by another platform which is phenomenal. So Lancescurvx.com. Everything I do will be there. So when these other platforms go down, it'll last. And I can transfer it too, right? But you will get confirmation. No matter how many people try to drop negative things in your mind, like they'll smile with you, they'll take you out to dinner, and they only want, I'm not saying everybody, but these negative types, they'll only want to drop some negativity in your mind that can grow on you. They know they can't smash you right away by just trying to discourage you outright, but they want to put doubt in your mind. They want to change the trajectory of your thinking. They see your momentum, you know, and they're so envious. As soon as I got touched down into Ghana, somebody told me, which I knew he was a turncoat, and, you know, I know he disliked me, but Oh, you don't need to do YouTube anymore. You don't need to do social media anymore. You should live your best life and leave that alone. You're not in America. You should stop. He said that. I'm like, okay, we know what you're on. That made me go harder. You see what I mean? Human nature is amazing. And I've learned so much from experience. I've learned so much from the assaults levied on me. And I'm not complaining because, again, even that is confirmation. My dearly departed brother Sean, he passed away in June of 2020. He used to drive the bus also. And he's about the time, about 12 years younger than me, 11, 12 years younger than me. But his wisdom was phenomenal. He had his own personal issues going on with different things, but it wasn't a reflection of him. It was external things outside of him. And we spoke about these things. We guided each other. And I was the person he came to ask advice on. And he also gave me advice because he was deep that way. I would go to him for advice and direction. I had my direction, but you want to consult with somebody to know, okay, this is confirmation. And I want to get it from him. If he says something iffy about what I'm doing, I'm going to re-examine what I'm doing. It may not mean I'm going to stop, but I'm going to re-examine it. He was a trusted person around me. And he always told me, man, I could hear it now. In the middle of our conversations, he would always bust out sometimes in every conversation. I'm talking or saying something, he's listening to me, and he said, Lance. And I said, what's up, Sean? He said, Lance, keep doing what you're doing. Don't stop doing what you're doing. I said, no, I'm going to keep going. But no, he said, no. Lance, keep doing what you're doing. He says, you just don't know. I said, Sean, I'm not trying to be some great philosopher. I'm a dude who was born and raised in New York City, had a lot of experiences, and I don't mind sharing them. I don't mind the creative things that I've been exposed to, the levels, different statuses, from knowing people who are down and out sitting on the curb to the highest of the high, from punching Michael Rockefeller in the face. Anyway, if you don't know that story, I'll tell it again one time. Not that I glorify punching somebody, in the Illuminati families, right? But he would blank out. He was dead serious. And then we'd continue the conversation. Whether it was on the phone or in person, or he's walking by to grab his bus, he's like, Lance, remember, no matter what, keep doing what you're doing. So Sean, you've transitioned, and I'm still here, and I'm going to keep on doing what I'm doing. He says, if your parents were alive, the things you share, you're funny sometimes, and you tell some crazy stories, but he says, you don't know how you're affecting people. And I'm like, I'm not trying to be somebody who, he says, I know that, but in your path. And this is why I know that we're all here for a reason. We're all a special tool in the toolbox of life, and we don't have the same function. We don't have the same mission. I always say it, a screwdriver cannot do what a hammer can do, right? A saw can't do what a light meter can do. So we got to stop this thing about being intimidated or wanting to halt someone's mission, because it may not be a thing where they're just trying to shine. It's not always narcissistic. It's not always where you want to be, you're just doing what you do. And I've always been like this, long before the world knew what a YouTube was. I've always been this way. Always telling my stories and trying to motivate, trying to uplift, and being real and raw when it has to be done. Because that's the only way we're going to grow. If we can't face reality dead in the face and look at it for what it is and be real with ourselves, because most of the time we lie to ourselves. So no matter what I say outwardly, I could still be lying to myself about me. And even this morning, in my voicemail exchange with my dear sister, she broke some things down about me that I said, whoa, you're right. You're right. I mean, she knows me so well and dug deep about how I see myself and what I deserve or don't deserve because of other things. And I'm like, you know what? What she shared with me this morning unlocked a new level that I can see now. It's like being in a car that has a moonroof, and the moonroof opens, and now you look up and you see like so much more. You see the sky. So if I've been flying high where I am, I can see it, I can get there. I can see it, I can get there. And life, not that it ever stopped being a certain way for me, but it's not a routine. I am extremely excited because of what I didn't realize that I had inside of me and how I saw the world and the potential, which will be reality soon as I see the new directions that I have to work on. So if you're not feeling that way in life, and I'm not saying that because I see it, you all should try to see it. I'm not on that because things take time to work out. You ever have a splinter in your foot, a little tiny wooden splinter, and you're trying to reach down and take it out, and it's like it's in one of your toes, and you're like, I'll take it out tomorrow, I'm getting ready to go to bed. So you walk with the one toe up, so because if you stepped on the toe, the splinter's gonna stab you. You're gonna feel it. Then you go to bed, and then you wake up, and so you get up maybe in the middle of the night to use the restroom, answer a call to nature, and you walk with that one toe up, and you mistakenly step on it, and you wait and anticipate the pain, but you don't feel any pain. You're like, wait a second, the splinter was there when I went to bed. What's going on? So the splinter worked its way out of your toe. And that's how many things happen in this lifetime, where in time, you don't have to force it, and you really shouldn't try to force certain realizations or certain levels of awareness, that it takes time sometime. You be aware of it, and it works out. It's the same phenomenon that I've said this before. You're in an intersection, and you're in a traffic jam early in the morning, and you're like, man, this thing is not moving. And it's not moving at all. You're going to be late to work or late to your appointment. And then later on, that afternoon or that evening, that same intersection that was gridlocked, you drive through so easy. And you're like, wow, you see that? The same coordinates, the same intersection is open and free. So there's an area of your life that's blocked or you're having an issue with. Understand that's now. Understand that sometimes you can't push yourself through it or force the issue. You have to let it work out. Like a traffic jam. That's how that works. And while you let that work out, you look at other parts of your life that need work or need attention. Never feel as though you're in one lane and you just have to sit there stagnant. No, while this one is waiting, I'm going over here and I'm focusing on this part of my life. That's how it works. See, so you can multitask, but you have to be real with yourself. You have to be honest with yourself, and you have to have bold, raw, righteous counsel in your life. Trusted people who are not afraid to tell you the things you might not want to hear. And you can't get angry at them. If you really want to grow, you have to really process this stuff. And I'm blessed to have someone, one or two people too, but the main one. And like I said, I have a term. I said, listen, you get up in my ass, and I'm not saying I'm some homo, but I love it. Meaning that not my anus, but the fact that you get up in my ass on issues that maybe I tend to ignore. I don't avoid them, but you unearth them for me, and I face it. And that's why she keeps on continuing to work on me, because she sees that every sparring partner that's brought to me of a issue I get in the ring with, I learn from it and succeed and get better. So the only way is to be able to face yourself and not lie to yourself. And there's so many people who are brilliant in this world, who speak so proper and eloquent and charismatic, and you'd be surprised these same very people are living lies. I don't want to live a lie. I'm straight up with everything I do. That's why when something comes to knock me down, the discipline kicks in, and I'm going to keep on marching. Keep throwing punches, keep chopping the tree. Don't ask, how many chops is it going to take to knock the tree down? No, just keep chopping, just keep chopping, just keep chopping. Lance, you lost your channel, man. How do you feel? I don't know. I'm too busy making the next video on the new channel. Keep on chopping, keep on chopping. And I'm chopping in so many different lanes right now. And now the bar has been raised even more from what I've learned this morning in my life. And I'm so enthused. And I thank the Creator for that. Anyway, I'm going to run. I'm going to do more work. I got some more chores to do, and I'm going to come back. And even though it'll be dark by the time I come back, I'll be inside. We'll do some shows tonight. And just keep it going like that. Keep the ball rolling. Keep chopping. Keep throwing punches. Keep on going. Never ask what or how long the task is going to be. Commit yourself. I don't care how long it takes. I don't care how short it takes. Commit yourself wholeheartedly to the very end. And that's going to take discipline. And if you don't have it, develop it, because you can have it too. Thanks for listening. On to the next one. Lancescurv out. I love you all. Thank you for lasting this long with me ranting, right? Peace.
How was I to know you changed my mind? How was I to know? Oh, how was I to know you feel so right? How was I to know? I didn't see it coming in a million years. Now you got me wishing we could be clearer. Yeah. How was I to know that I'd need titles to define us? Oh, I put it all on the line. I wasn't trying to waste my time. So I don't wanna cut the ties. We started building situations getting crazy. You want me to be exclusive and prove it, baby. Cause now you got me in a situationship. Anything really need a new thing. Hey, no situationship. Great if I'm so amazing. Explain how we still in the gray. Cause she said I'm incredible in every way, but our relationship status hasn't changed, baby. Tell me you don't wanna lose me and get me out of this situation. Hey, get me out of this situation. How was I to know we'd fall apart? How was I to know? How was I to know you'd bring my heart? How was I to know? Oh, I never really been like the commitment type, but you said my material was so wifey, yeah. How was I to know that I'd need titles to define us? Baby, I put it all on the line. I wasn't trying to waste my time. So I don't wanna cut the ties. We started building situations getting crazy. We're on the same page, but we're in purgatory. If differently we choose, then who switched up on who? Ain't no thing. Be my boo thing. Great if I'm so amazing. I'm so amazing. We still in the gray. Cause she said I'm incredible in every way, but our relationship status hasn't changed, baby. Tell me you don't wanna lose me. Don't lose me, baby. I don't want nobody else to claim me. Show me I'm everything you're saying. Tell me you don't wanna lose me. Get me out of this situation. Get me out of this situation. Get me out of this situation. Now you got me in situation. Get me out of this situation. Get me out of this situation. Get me out of this situation.